So let me explain to you what does this cyclone Biparjoy is and what is its path. And with this elaborate illustration, let me explain it to you. Remember on June 6th at 5:30 a.m. from the south part of the Arabian Sea, it had started to develop in the morning, and that is when the path, according to the Met Department that was tracking it, started to make way to about June 11, where already you could see the impact of rainfall and strong winds. From June 11th, as you could see, it was beginning to take shape. By June 13th, the heavy showers and high tides and advisories had to be given to the fishermen as well, as the situation was turning alarming. Orange alert was sent to Saurashtra, Kutch and the coastal areas, including Maharashtra and Karnataka, where the impact is being seen. As you can see, by June 15th, that is where the landing is expected to be today. These are the border areas currently at 2:30 a.m. According to the fresh advisory, it stood at about 200 kilometers west of Gujarat. And the Kutch area, the Jakhau port is where the maximum impact is likely to be, as in when the landing takes place. This is where, according to the illustration, I want to help you understand where is this cyclone at present. 3 p.m. is when we are expecting the landfall to take place. Gopi, my colleague, is reporting from on the ground. So is Brijesh Doshi. I want to go across again to Brijesh because he's currently in Kutch, which has a red alert that has been sounded for Gujarat state. Brijesh, Gujarat is the state where that maximum of the alert has been sounded. What is the reason for that? And if you can show us around likely what is the situation looking like with the high tide? Who all have been advised to not venture into the area, or the whole area has been cordoned off now?
Actually, right now I'm at Dwarka. I'm not in Kutch.
Okay.
The mostly there will be two districts will be affected by the cyclone. So one of them is Dwarka. One of them is Dwarka, and the second is Kutch. The cyclone will landfall at the most probably it will land at Kutch. So Dwarka and Kutch are the nearby districts because of the sea route. Right now I'm at Dwarka beach, and rain has started heavily. Heavy rain has started right now, and I'm unable to stand. The wind is almost around 50 to 60 kilometers per hour. The speed is increasing to 70 kilometers per hour, and the sea is very much rough. The IMD has predicted everything. IMD has said that red alert has been issued for Kutch and Dwarka, both the districts, for today and tomorrow. There will be heavy rain in both the districts because of the cyclone Biparjoy. The cyclone, though it is away to more than 200 kilometers away from the Dwarka and Kutch also, but still the wind speed is constantly increasing from by yesterday night, and it's very difficult to report from the ground. It's easily showing by the visuals.
What does it feel right now with regard to the strong winds? I can see behind you as well, and while you're reporting that the wind speed clearly is increasing over the next few hours.
Actually, the wind speed has increased from the last night. Last night itself, it was around 70 to 80 kilometers, and from last night itself, it is increasing slowly. But when the cyclone will land at Kutch, it will be around 100 to 120 kilometers per hour. So it will impact, or it will damage all the properties of nearby the Jakhau port, because the radius of the cyclone is too big that it will damage some parts of the Dwarka as well. As per the government authorities are trying to evacuate all the lowland areas from last 3 days, and they have been evacuated almost 74,000 people because of this effect of the cyclone. Everyone is very serious about the cyclone's effect. All preparedness have been done, and that's why Army, Navy, and even Coast Guard on the standby mode for the rescue operations once the landfall occurs. So all the ships, all the Army, armed forces, everyone is on the standby mode, and everyone is right now praying that landfall must not happen at Kutch, but we don't know.
I can clearly see that it's a heavy downpour behind you, and you are also facing that rainfall. The camera is clearly facing the impact as well. So are the strong winds. Brijesh is in Dwarka. Let's go to Mandvi. Ashutosh Mishra is there. Ashutosh, strong winds where you are at as well. Tell us, what is the location like? Alert has been given for Mandvi as well.
Absolutely. Good morning, Pooja, and to all our viewers. Yes, Mandvi is in west part of Kutch, and this is where the landfall will take place as far as the cyclone Biparjoy is concerned. And it is having a wider radius of the, even it will be landing some around a few kilometers from the coastal line. But because of this wide radius, it will bring significant damage to the coastal line. And let me show you first the images of the city, which is totally looking a ghost town, except few vehicles, 1 or 2 by 2-wheelers, because of the advisory issued for the people. Most of them has chosen to stay indoors, and that's we also request to our viewers in this part, if you are around, just go to the safer places, rather stay indoors if you're advised to. And that's exactly, we see the impact already before the cyclone makes a landfall. Already heavy winds, with a higher velocity than the usual days, also a downpour. And this is exactly the place, and this is the direction where the winds will be arriving to these areas. And since all you see the lower line areas have been evacuated, but because of the wind speed, Pooja, which is expected to gust up to 150 kilometers, this is likely to bring potential damage to the infrastructure, be it the telecom infrastructure, electrical structure, and also the kacha houses, particularly those belong to the fishermen community living along the coastal area. So all the preparatory measures have already been taken place, but for now everyone is just praying for the safer passage from this cyclone. It's already a heavy downpour started, and with a above normal velocity.
So that's the hope, that by the time it makes a landfall, the cyclone in itself could actually reduce the speed.